Well, everyone. Happy 4th of July. For all of my fellow Americans out there, as always, happy Independence Day. So, as is tradition here on Fans of Games, it is time to go through the updates and the new stuff in my game room and game collection. Little pre-fireworks entertainment for you. So, why don't we get started with the main room here? Not too much has changed outside of the fact that there are a bunch of new Lego sets here as decoration. So if we come over to the little media center here where I have the tornado lamp and the little Mario NES lamp, we have the Atari Lego set. This was one that I got out of a Lego catalog back in November of last year. Had a lot of fun building it, a lot of fun making the video for it too, because it comes with so many other little things like the cartridges, the cartridge carrier, little scenes from the games. I mean, overall, it's just a super cool little thing to have. I don't have an actual Atari 2600 yet, but that's the closest I have to it as of now. And also new, not really gaming related, but this is just a little phone stand I 3D printed at school. But yeah, other than that, not much else has changed, although we do have two little seagulls down here as decorations with the Yoshis and the owl. There's our Toys R Us Mega Yoshi Woolly Amiibo back there as well, because, I mean, had to display him somehow. But yeah, that's that for this. Oh, and before I move on, only one of the 3 bulbs in this lamp works right now, which unfortunately is the lowest one. The other 2 kind of flicker rather sporadically, so it's not really the best to have them on. I mean, I don't really use this lamp all that much outside of if friends come over and like for these videos, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's just kind of a shame because I did use it a lot before this started happening. Other than that, I'm sure maybe some of you have noticed I reworked the Lego NES display over here because now we have Bowser. Recently made a video of this. This is actually my most recent video, which blew up to an astonishing degree. I had no clue that so many people would be interested in this, but I'm happy people enjoyed it because this was super fun to build, super cool when I saw at the Lego store that Bowser can hold the controller, because like I said, that reworked the entire area over here, because now the NES is beneath the TV and Lego Mario, or not Lego Mario, and 8-bit Mario is just kind of up there. So yeah, Bowser's playing Mario, while we can be playing real games on Wilson the wall-mounted TV. Still here, up and running, good as always. No new systems out as of here, or on here anyway. Same thing in here, we still have the Wii U in that cabinet, the PS5 in here, and then just a cable box in there for TV. But something that we did add recently is I got a new Joy-Con charger because my old one stopped working about 2 to 3 years ago, and I have a feeling it was damaging my Joy-Cons because they were acting really weird. It wasn't just drift, they were just randomly disconnecting and would only last like 5 minutes sometimes before the batteries would deplete, which means that either this thing was not charging them or it was jacking them up. I have a feeling it was jacking them up, but I don't think that was the unit's fault necessarily. I think we just weren't using it properly, because if you notice, you have to line up the Joy-Cons a very specific way. I don't think we were being very cautious of that. So maybe we had the Joy-Cons tilted the other way, put them on, just have them all line up. That's not what we're supposed to do. The triggers are supposed to be inwards, facing each other. The button's out. We're being much more mindful of that, and as of now, we have not had any issues with this so far. Knock on wood, that stays the same. GameCube's still here. Been seeing a lot of use lately, actually, because Me Too and I have been going through a bit of a Mario Party marathon, doing 15 turns in all the games, and then now 50 turns in all the games. As of now, we are in progress of completing 50 turns in Mario Party 8, which is what's currently in the Wii U right now. And the last addition is the Lego Pac-Man set over here. I wasn't really sure where else I would put this for now, so I just kind of put it on the coffee table. But I figured it was a nice little decoration to have here because, you know, someone can just pull it over, crank it. Oh, that's cranking it in reverse. And, you know, mess around. So, until I find a better spot for it, which won't be the easiest thing in the world, that'll do over there for now. Couch and everything's still the same, pictures are still the same. And then the piano as well, which I've been making a lot of content on with fans of rhythm. If that interests you, please check that out. But now for the portion that I know all of you have been waiting for, the game closet itself. And this has changed a bit, actually, the more I'm thinking about it now. Not so much on this side. The board games portion is pretty much all the same, except I have this old portable Scrabble that my grandparents were like, just take it. Because no one was playing it, and they knew that I collect games, so, you know, naturally, I had to take it. But decoration-wise, I just recently put up this Simpsons poster behind where my head usually is in the videos here. See, I think this is still probably going to be the set. You might see a bit of the yellow from the Simpsons poster up there in videos from now on. I haven't recorded anything yet since posting this up in here. I haven't recorded any talking head scenes. But yeah, that's there now just because this came with, where is the Simpsons trivia game right here? Came with the poster. And I was just like, I gotta put it somewhere. And I mean, I put it up here for now because I just felt like it was weird having that space empty. But I might just put it over here at some point because this wall's kind of barren too. I can move Cuphead over a little bit. We'll see. Gives me something to look at as I'm recording as well. But now let's get to the shelves. Up top here, we haven't changed a whole lot, except Me Too has these Rubik's Cubes now that he wanted to display over here because he's gotten into solving Rubik's Cubes lately. He does a really good job at that. Eventually, I'd like to convince him to let me do a video on that, showing his skill, but we'll see if that actually happens. There's the Mario Kart remote control, our C-Car over there, our GameCube, spare GameCube controls, and stuff like that. New amiibo. I actually do have a new amiibo. If you saw my July 2022 game haul, that game haul was after I released the updated tour for that year. So this was like one of the first things I got in since the last game collection tour was Rosalina amiibo. Found her at Half Price Books along with some other things that I'll point out as we go. It was a great deal. She was new in box. But I'm not one of those people who collects amiibo just to have them in the box displayed. I know some people, even myself, I was like really tempted to leave her new in box, but I figure like, what's the point in having an amiibo if I can't use it? So I tried salvaging the box as much as I could, but I ended up just breaking it in the process. I know it's terrible that I did that, but it is what it is because we can actually use Rosalina in our games now. So she's here in between Cat Peach and Bride Peach, the 3 female character amiibos we have as of now. Nothing new over here, except I did actually, I 3D printed a new stand for Wedding Mario, or I guess you could call him Groom Mario, because like, before I even started the channel, some younger cousins of mine decided to play with my amiibos without my permission, and they wound up taking off his original red stand. So I 3D printed a new one, super easy, and just hot glued it on. It still works. I tested it, so the hot glue did not ruin the NFC sticker? Is that what it is? They use NFC stickers? I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, you just gotta be very careful if you're gonna do something like that. It's just a normal circle. we do have some new gaming literature here as well for our little literature section. We have the Book of Mario 7th edition, which is something I picked up at a Micro Center store. I don't know how local those are outside of the Chicagoland area, but this was just something they had by the checkout line, so I picked it up. It was cool. It's a little guide through of like it's like a little encyclopedia of the games, the mainline Mario games, and some of the spin-offs as well. This is a fan-made book. This is not official. As you can see, 100% unofficial, so there you go. From the makers of Retro Gamer. Oh, the same people who I got the Ultimate 90s Retro Collection booklet from, so that's really cool. And also, another thing, I can't remember where we got this from. Another unofficial guide to Mario, just to add to the gaming literature portion. This is, again, just another, like, fan-made guide of the Mario games, which is really cool to see. It's just cool to see, like, what other people write about these games and, like, their opinions and, like, how they perceive it, just playing through it as well, from a non-opinionated standpoint, I guess. Even though I guess they would be opinion anyway. Just cool to see and to have and to read. So now we're going to get into the new games, going on to one of the main shelves here. Nothing new PlayStation 1-wise, really haven't started collecting for that yet. I doubled my PS5 collection with Horizon Forbidden West. I got this the same day I got Rosalina amiibo. This was not at Half Price Books. I got this at Target, but I decided to swing by Half Price Books the next day, and they had a lot of cool stuff, including the Rosalina amiibo. So, yeah. This was $70. I was really tempted not to get this just for the price tag, but it came with the bonus things for the launch edition. It came with like some bonus content and stuff like that included, so I got that, and it's a fun RPG. I'm not really an RPG guy, but if you're gonna start with RPGs, I'd say the Horizon series, you can't really go wrong with it, because it's a nice world to immerse yourself in, and it's also really helpful for people like me who always get lost in RPGs. They tell you, like, do this, go here, and they have like arrows with little numbers to show you like how far you are from places, so that's really cool. And then here we have some new SNES and NES games. This was big. I finally decided I need to start collecting more for the two oldest Nintendo home consoles, at least here in North America. So starting with the Super Nintendo, that fell over. I actually managed to find two good boxed games, or well, I guess one boxed game and another just boxed accessory. This was at Half Price Books. I got this from a boxed Super Game Boy with the manuals and everything in it, and also it had something. There was something you could do. I think it was they had a blank paper that you could sign. That you could use to sign up for Nintendo Power, so that was cool as well. Just a nice piece of history there, and whoever had this beforehand kept pretty good care of it. I mean, this flap on the box doesn't close all the way, but it is what it is. For the it's a working Super Game Boy in its box with all like the paperwork and whatnot. So, you know, I think I got that for like $30, so it was a pretty good deal. Rosalina, I think, was like 20. I should probably start naming prices for that stuff. Don't remember what the prices of the books were. So next up, we have Pilotwings. I did not expect to get this in the box, but at a retro game store that I went to, just a local one, not Half Price Books, this was just a random one. What's it called? They had Pilotwings in the box, and they had it loose. And the box version was complete. It has the manual and everything in it. It's a good looking cartridge. It works. The box was in decent shape, and it was only like $5 more. I think I ended up paying like, again, $30 for this. So that was a good deal. While the loose cartridge I think was like 20. But you know, to have a piece of gaming history, and because I thought it would be cool to have like a boxed Super Nintendo game, I was willing to spend the extra 10 bucks. At the same time I got Pilotwings, I also got I got Super Mario All-Stars at half-price books. Pilotwings was different. That was a different store. But I got Super Mario All-Stars and Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy Kong's Quest. These two I got together at half-price books, I believe. I believe I got these at the same time. This one was about $25. This was about $20. Both in great condition. That's why I got them. Even though I do already have Super Mario All-Stars on the Wii, again, I just want to expand my Super Nintendo collection, and these were at a good price and games that I know and games that I like. So yeah, I've spent a little bit of time playing these. Not too much with Donkey Kong or with Diddy Kong's Quest. I heard this was a really hard game from the few people I know who played it. Say that it's really hard, and they weren't wrong. It's a pretty difficult game, but I'm still having fun with it nonetheless, and I can't wait to continue playing it in the future. Next to that, we have Super Mario Bros. 3. Now, yes, I did already have a copy of Super Mario Bros. 3 for the NES. However, it did not work. Like, it worked sporadically, and it rarely worked at all. So I decided just to buy another one that actually would work. This one I got for like $20, along with Super Mario Bros. 2. This is my second one of these as well, because for whatever reason the first one I got did not work. I got these from the same store I got Pilotwings from. And yeah, the original cartridge I got for Super Mario Bros. 2, they tested it at the store, which I really like about this place. They tested it in the store, it worked fine, but when I got home, for whatever reason, it just wouldn't work. I know it's not my NES because Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Bros. 1, and Excitebike all worked fine. So when I went back to the store, they tested it, and it didn't work on their NES either. So they replaced it free of charge, which is really cool of them to do. Because they had a lot of Super Mario Bros. 2 and 3 cartridges there, but these were the best condition. My mic for recording voiceovers and whatnot here. 2 whoopee cushions because why not? Nothing new Game Boy or Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color wise. Haven't really been doing too much collecting in this realm recently. Although I've been looking, nothing has really caught my eye yet. I did see a GBA video cartridge for sale yesterday, actually, as of recording this, which would be, I'm recording this July 2nd, so July 1st I went to the same store I got Pilotwings and these from just to see if they had anything good. They had a SpongeBob Game Boy Advance video cartridge, but it was in it was in terrible shape. It was like disgusting. It had like spots on it. Some kid wrote his initials on it, like the paper portion in a red Sharpie. So yeah, I passed up on that, which was unfortunate because I was excited to finally get my first GBA video cartridge, but oh well, another day. Here's the controller bin. Usually I wouldn't point this out, but I did actually get a new controller from the same local video game store. I picked up a Wii U Pro controller just because they, again, had one at a good price. They had a black one, which matched my Wii U. It came with a charger cord as well, which I believe is what this is, because I know the cord was gray. Not that I play too many games that would require the Wii U Pro controller. I just figured it would be a nice accessory to have because, I mean, not only have I always wanted a Wii U Pro controller, but it's just, if the gamepad is dead or something, you can just play with this instead of having to use a Wii remote. This is especially good for like 3D World, because sometimes we do prefer playing 3D World on the Wii U just, you know, for the sake of memories. Oh, this actually still has some charge in it, so that's cool. Because it's been a while since I charged that thing. Here's just where I store my capture card. Up here, it's just kind of there. This is where I store a lot of like my video accessories, stuff like that. Use my camera remote too. Helicopter stuff in there. Miscellaneous cords for things in here. New 3DS XL, the one I had since 2015. Still using it from time to time. Its charger, GBA SP, DS Lite, 3 broken Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. These were the ones that suffered from the old charging brick, or the charger port thing. I'm keeping them because I was planning on taking them apart, and I still plan on doing that. I just don't know when I'm going to get around to doing that. But they're there just in case. Here we have the Super Mario Bros. NES Sugarfina sets here with the question mark blocks, controllers, and NES. I would open it for you. I'll open it for you, but the music portion no longer works. It would used to sing, like when you open it, the song that plays when you clear a level. I doubt you guys can hear that, but it's trying to sing it and it just can't. Maybe that's just the batteries dying. I don't know, but I mean, we never really opened this, so there's no point in changing the batteries. Here we have Nintendo Switch Sports Box because I thought it'd be cool to keep the box of it. It's my only box Nintendo Switch game. It's also got the leg strap in there, so you know it's an easy place to store that. And just a little cool display thing as well to have for like this blank work area, I guess you can call it, when I'm just organizing things. It's easy to dump stuff on here. I forgot to mention Nintendo Switch cases, capture card stuff, and my Super Mario Bros. 35th Anniversary Edition Game & Watch. Now we'll go on to the third shelf here where the systems are. PS1, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and NES, all with their controllers and stuff in front of it, except for the N64. That has its own bin over there. And the NES also has its cord on top. Wii and Wii U games. Got some new stuff this time. Christmas, I got the Simpsons game on Wii. This is one of the few third-party games we actually own on Wii, but I've seen cutscenes from this game on YouTube, and it just looked like a lot of fun. And I've played a few of the levels too, and it's hilarious, honestly. The graphics are not the best, but because of how bad it looks, this just adds to how funny it is. Seeing like Bart and Homer do things like I'm on the level right now where Bart and Lisa have to destroy a woodworking plant that Mr. Burns owns, and it's just funny how they just have to hack and slash all the employees trying to destroy them. On Wii U, I did actually expand my Wii U collection this year with Nintendoland. I got this at Half Price Books for $12. Comes with the disc and the manual as well. So that's really cool. It's got a little download code thing there. But there's the manual right there. And this is a lot of fun. It's a shame this didn't really kick off or take off more, because I mean, even though it's not really like the Wii Sports or the Wii U like Nintendo I think wanted it to be, it's still a really fun game that utilizes the gamepad in very creative and unique ways. So yeah, I'm glad I picked this up, and it was in great condition and a great deal. These are not new, but just something I wanted to point out was recently I found out that there are two different versions of Wii Sports. I found this from an Instagram reel, actually. I don't know how, but I managed to get 2 copies of Wii Sports over the years. This one originally came with the Wii that's down there, and this one is just another random one we found. So the rarer version, and by rarer I mean it's only 10% of the Wii Sports games out there are like this. The startup screen, you know, where you have to press the A and B button on the Wii Remote, that Wii Remote does not have a jacket on the rarer one that came out with this Wii, which is from 2006. Whereas the other versions, which is the one over here, that Wii Remote has the jacket on it, because I believe they were, I'm not sure if Wii Sports, or if Wii's came with the jacket after 2007 or not, but they have the jacket in the loading and warning screens on this version of Wii Sports, which came out after 2006, like I said, whereas the 2006 one does not have the jacket. It's not like the 2006 one is worth more or anything. It's just a cool little bit of history and trivia, I guess you can point out, and just to add to the collection. Nintendo Switch stuff. We have Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. That's the only new Switch game we got this year. Though with the recent Nintendo Direct, we're going to have a lot of Switch stuff to look forward to in the next gaming tour, it seems. GameCube. I did not expect to add 2 games to my GameCube collection this year. First of which was Donkey Konga 2, which I got at Half Price Books. I got this, it was like $15, which was great for a GameCube game in decent condition. Again, with the manual and everything. Disc is in good shape. And yeah, so I figured I might as well pick this up. Like I said, expand the GameCube collection a bit. It's a shame that I can't really play this yet because I don't have the DK bongos, which means I can't really get past the title screen and like the main menu. I mean, you can technically play the game with a controller, but that's just an absolute hassle to do. So I don't recommend it. I'm just going to wait till I get the bongos. And the other game I got literally yesterday was Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. I got this because I heard that it was a lot of fun. It was a good deal. It was like $30 or $40 for it with the manual, good condition disc, and everything all complete. And yeah, I played this a little bit. It is a lot of fun. It's definitely got a bit of a learning curve, but I know I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. So yeah, added 2 more games to the GameCube collection. And in this bin, for those of you who are new, has NES, and I also got to add SNES and random 3DS games back there. This is all stuff that I've shown before, nothing new in this bin. Same with Nintendo 64 stuff, no new N64 games this year. Hopefully that'll change next year though, because I am actively looking for Conker's Bad Fur Day. There's the Xbox One, just kind of has its own spot in this on this shelf here. And then over here, this bin that's labeled miscellaneous accessories, I should change that to mini consoles, because that's where we have the mini SNES and the mini NES systems with their controllers and assorted cables. And then for the final shelf, we have some random Thomas mini things here. Xbox 360, Wii, like I said, Xbox 360 games, more miscellaneous accessories. This is truly miscellaneous, just random wires, headsets, and a Wii wheel in there. Here we have my green screen and its clips. I use sometimes for videos, just a nice easy place to store that. Random DVD cases, mostly empty in these DS game cases that I plan on putting some of my loose DS games in at some point. I printed off some box art for some games, like Wii Sports Resort is the top one I can think of right now. It's not the highest quality box art, but it looks decent enough. Like you can tell, like, because it's kind of blurry there, and that's not just the camera not focusing, that is pixelated. But it does the job, because my Wii Sports Resort copy did not come with an actual official case, so that's the best I could do. Printed it off at school, free paper. I know, right? I'm great utilization of the school resources. Anyway, back to down here. Also just a random Xbox One game. Again, nothing new. But this is new. This is my first pre-NES era system. This was given to us by a family friend. This is an Intellivision. This was one they had from back in the day. It doesn't have any games for it though. They just gave me the system and this little thing down here, which I'm assuming is to convert the signal. I'm not too sure. I haven't really been able to test this out yet, but it was just cool that they gave it to me to begin with. And yeah, I'm just happy to have this in my collection. Hopefully I'll have more games for it in the future. The same family friend who gave this to me is looking for games as we speak. And then the last thing is for my most recent LEGO sets, the Pac-Man and Bowser. I decided to keep their boxes over here just because I'm not sure if maybe the boxes will be worth something one day. I wish I did that for the other 3 Legos I built, but the thought just never really crossed my mind. And even when I was considering it, I'm like, where am I gonna put them? And I just tossed them. Kind of regret doing that, but you know what? Have these for now. They may or may not be here for the long run, but they're just there for now. And then down here, before I forget, miscellaneous Xbox 360 and Wii accessories, and then my Game Boy and Game Boy Advance original in here. Even though that case says SP, there's an actual original Game Boy Advance in there as well. So yeah, guys, that about wraps up the tour for this time. I know I went into a lot of detail about things. I rambled on a lot. Thank you guys for sticking around for that if you made it to the end of the video. And again, this was super fun. I'm glad I was really able to get back into looking for older console stuff now, and especially with the stuff I got from Half Price Books. Man, this was just awesome. So again, thank you all for watching. Remember to stay cool, everybody.